on many more years than Randall Cunningham that might have been tempted to stand back there and just let that unfold. Good play. Get on with it.
Philadelphia 66 yards thus far. Again, New Orleans 11 consecutive games holding the opposition under 100. Second and 7. Big rush. Cunningham off his back foot, off balance, incomplete. A flag goes down. Bright throwing the flag as Cunningham gets buried under a quartet of
the ball
Saints.
away.
And grounding is the call.
Yeah, but he pointed against New Orleans.
Yeah, well, that was the original point on the what would have been the Philadelphia touchdown was against New Orleans. Grounding.
Oh, now it's this way. Okay.
If it was,
loss of down.
If it was defensive grounding, we'd really have a scoop.
That is a loss of down.
Cosmetically, we are not witnessing one of the great games. Only a hard-hitting game, and no question Cunningham did not have a receiver within 15 yards of that.
The rule states if you are throwing the ball and your intent is to evade a sack, that's when they can call it.
3rd and 22.
Frank Warren again.
Cunningham. Fumble. Byers is there to pick it up, and Byers takes it to the 16, and that's the difference between what would have been a 4th down and a 1st down.
Cunningham is hit well before the 1st down marker. I think that's Randall's 3rd fumble of the night. At least 3. Maybe he's had 4. I know he's had 3 that I can remember.
Well, what a sense about when to pull it down, and this time breaks it back to the inside, tries to cover up the ball. Waymer just rips it out. Ball's free. It bounces right into the hands of Byers. And Byers, as Al said, got the necessary yardage for the 1st.
That's the difference. Otherwise, they're looking at a field goal.
Typical Saints football, though. Look how many hats are going on the ball carrier.
16-yard line through the middle. Anthony Toney takes it to the 13. Clock is down to 1:45 to go in the 3rd. Eagles beginning this drive back at their own 20. And again tonight, the key 3rd down plays early in this drive, the 3rd and 6. Then they had the 3rd and 22 with the Cunningham fumble and the Byers pickup and another 1st down. 2nd and 7, the ball at the 13-yard line. Intended for Byers. Mills covering. 3rd down. 3rd and 7.
We've talked about it so much tonight. So often we've seen Philadelphia in this exact situation. Go with those fade patterns to the outside receivers. Chris Carter has been the primary one. Of course, the Saints, looking at films and studying frequencies, they are very aware of it. It's almost hard to protect against, and Carter now goes to the right.
3rd and 7. Big rush from the backside. Swilling gets picked up, but through the middle, he is in the grasp at the 19-yard line. Pat Swilling.
How many ugly things can happen on one play? Randall in the grasp, but then throws. And if you really wanted to hear the crowd go crazy, if Vaughn Johnson would have held on to that ball, it wouldn't have been an interception. Because it was ruled a sack before he got rid of the football. Again, Pat Swilling just proving too much for everybody. That's Matt Darwin, and he's getting help from the inside. And it's Swilling in again who gets a sack. That's a wonderful effort by Pat Swilling.
37-yard field goal attempt by Ruzek. And it's good, but of course there's a flag.
Wow.
Benny Thompson was the guy who came charging through.
And we're going to
here we go again.
And I think we may get a roughing the kicker this time. This may be good for a Philadelphia 1st down.
Running into, of course, will not give you the 1st down. Roughing will, and
well, it's
really shaken up.
4th and 14.
But a personal foul would be a 15-yard assessment if it's roughing, not running into. That's the personal foul variety. That's what we're going to get. First down. Big penalty.
It's a first down, and now, of course, Philadelphia, that's the second time in the game they've kicked a field goal and had the option of keeping it or taking it off the board.
Well, Benny Thompson was involved in the first roughing the kicker, actually running into the kicker, to get the terminology straight, that we thought was a very questionable call. This one's going to get flagged every time. From our reverse angle, the hold by Kavanaugh, and there's Thompson clearly into the legs, but you know, we can go on all night. Is that running into the kicker? Is that really a rough? I mean, again, I think this is a fairly impressive acting job by Ruzick. He's got a guy between his legs and then dumps on him.
He's given us a couple tonight.
And old Ben slaps him with 15.
So they take the 3 points off the board. The Eagles elect to take the penalty. It's first down, and you'd have to call it goal because the nose of the ball is right on the 10-yard line. There it is. Put the nose of the ball on the goal line. In that position, it's a touchdown. First and goal.
Well, Benny Thompson has to learn one thing, that you can't get in there. You can't get that close and not come up with some ball. You can't get in there and run the risk of being flagged.
Nor is that the angle you're going to block it. You've got to be out in front of it.
Yeah, good point.
Cunningham throwing, and Byers can't make the catch. Had to turn and twist and drops it. Second down.
Well, if that hadn't have been a touchdown, they'd have been button heads at the goal line. And no one knows it better than Byers. Usually sure-handed. Only one running back in the league had caught more passes into the night. That's Rathman of San Francisco.
The pass was just a little bit over his shoulder. I think Byers would have preferred to have a little more towards the sideline.
Second and goal. Carter split left, Johnson split right. Looking toward Johnson in the end zone, too high. Massey staying right with him. Third down and goal at the 10. A reminder now, next Monday, Christmas. We'll spend part of it with us as we close out the regular season. Monday Night Football on the 25th. The Vikings, if they win the NFC Central. They would win it, of course, if Green Bay were to lose to Dallas on Sunday. But assuming Green Bay wins, Minnesota has to win against Cincinnati. Still very much alive in the playoff hunt. And as we stated before we're done tonight, we'll review the playoff structure for you. Third down and goal with Ruzick warming up on the sidelines. And the pass to Byers is caught, and then Byers is out of bounds at the 2-yard line. So it's fourth down and goal now at the 2, and Cunningham looks over toward the bench and says, what do you want to do? And Ryan says, let's go for 3 more.
You almost have to do this. You get it out of a field goal on the part of the New Orleans Saints to take the lead or to even tie.
So fourth down, it's fourth and goal. The ball is actually spotted inside the 2-yard line.
Didn't Kavanaugh throw a touchdown pass?
He did last week.
A week ago.
To Chris Carter. On a little fade against Dallas. 19-yard attempt. Even shorter than an extra point. And that's good. So they can't capitalize on that penalty. They settle for the 3 anyway. We're down to 16 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And the Eagles lead it by a score of 20-16. And, of course, we'll make ourselves right at home here in New Orleans because we'll be back here 2 weeks from tonight. The USF&G Sugar Bowl. Dropping by the booth is the great athletic director of the University of Miami, Sam Jankovich, whose team will take on the University of Alabama. And I know, Sam, your Hurricanes will be ready, won't they?
Yes, we will be ready, and we're very excited.
Sam, how do you feel about, I mean, obviously you got a situation, Colorado #1. If they win in the Orange Bowl against Notre Dame, they'll be #1. But if Notre Dame wins, you've got people saying Notre Dame should be #1. If you guys win against Alabama, you should be #1. What do you think about a national championship down the line?
Well, first of all, we just have to take care of our homework and beat Alabama and let the chips fall where they may. But I've never been a proponent of a playoff. I think the last 7 years it's been very clear who the national champion has been. And I believe that coaches throughout the country, as well as football players, have far too much pressure on them. And football programs are supporting programs right now throughout the entire country. And